What is up, my darlings and dudes? It's Taylor here, and I'm here to share with you that we spent $3,510.68 on DoorDash in 2022, and I'm here to share with you what you could have done if you would have deleted the app and used that $3,500 to invest in your future. So my name is Taylor. Like I said, I am here to share with you our experience, my experience with money, and help educate you so that you can make more money and have your money make more money. So I shared these facts on social media, and I had a lot of really opposing viewpoints. I had a lot of people who said, oh my gosh, that's so much money. I can't believe you guys spent that. And the other half of my comments were like, I spend that in a week. I can't believe I spend that in a month. Like, I can't believe that's so little. And really the difference between the two of those viewpoints is the value of time. And I'm going to dive into that at the end of this video. But before I do that, I'm going to dive into what I believe is something that you can do to help further your financial success in the future. And that would be to delete all of your financial information out of DoorDash or any other food delivery app, and also delete and deactivate the specific app. Now, I say to do both of those things because you can very easily just download the app again and re-sign in. But if you are prompted to do that, plus add in your bank account or your credit card information, whatever, it's gonna have another barrier for you to hopefully slow you down from actually taking action. And I believe that, yes, it is a convenience, but also it's a massive inconvenience for your future. Now, if you truly don't have any food or you don't have a vehicle or whatever, there are bigger problems. You have bigger fish to fry than this video, but I do want to share with you that it is more common that I see that people have the ability to make their own food, they have groceries, it's just simply they don't want to do those things. So yeah, anyway, so like I said, I had a very different outlook on both of those viewpoints on my posts, and so that's why I wanted to make a video for you, is to share with you why I said what I said and how you can actually use those $3,500 that you would have saved, or we would have saved in the last year, instead to actually create more money and create more of a future for our financial success. Okay, so $3,500 is approximately just like right under $300 per month. Now, what I mean by that is, instead of spending that money, I'm not saying you're not gonna spend money on groceries or whatever, but like obviously eating out, there's a significantly higher markup on eating out at restaurants and ordering like delivery, regardless of specifically what it is. You're paying for that convenience, you're paying for a service fee, you're paying for a fund fee, you're paying for a tip, you're paying for all these things. And although they are helping stimulate the economy, they're not helping stimulate your economy unless you're doing something with the time that you're saving from ordering through those apps. So what other investments could you be using that $3,500 for? And this is really the core of the video, because I want to show you exactly how you can use those dollars, instead of just being like, yeah, that's great. You know, that's awesome, Taylor, good for you guys, but how does this apply in my life? That is exactly what I do. What I want to do is show you how it would work in reality. Okay, so as you know, I am very active in the stock market, and I know that you could easily double your money in the first couple months of being active in short-term plays in the stock market. If you want to find out more information about how I do that on the daily, I've got other videos that I will link down below and share with you about how to maximize those dollars for very little time. Of course, there has to be a strategy in place. You have to stick to your own rules, and of course, the profits will follow. Okay, the next thing is a down payment on an investment property. Now, I know $3,500 doesn't sound like a lot, because when it comes to houses, is because it's not really that much. But if you lived in it and you got a first-time home buyer's mortgage and you had all these extra state incentives, you could get away with putting as little as 3% down, which 3% down would be approximately $120,000 property. So that could maybe be a condo, a duplex, you know, a house that you could maybe rent out the other bedrooms in the actual unit while you lived in the other one. But yeah, I'll have another video about more details on that. So you could technically use it as a down payment in your first rental property. Okay, and then the last one that I have is my actual favorite for all of this, and I think it's really true for a theme for 2022. For me specifically, it has helped me tremendously as a person to become more of who I'm meant to be. And I believe it's true for everybody else, is to invest in yourself. And so if you think about $3,500 and what that could do for you, you could be enrolling yourself in courses, in networking groups, in specific classes to help you skill yourself up. You could be buying access to a mentor for someone who is actually doing what you want to be doing. You could be spending that money on equipment, on gear. If you need a new lens, if you need more camera gear for creating a YouTube video, a YouTube studio, that $3,500 could be spent to level yourself up. And all of these 3 different things that I just mentioned for the $3,500, they're all meant to create more with it. Because with DoorDash, you're consuming your food and then that's it. It's not like you have gotten better. You haven't done anything more with it. You probably have overconsumed and you didn't eat your correct nutritional value, because that's typically what we do when we eat out, is we don't know 100% of the time what is in our food. So it's actually hurting us, right? So the reason I say these things is to maximize your time and your ability to create the life that you want. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, I had a lot of conflicting comments on what I said. And the reason that is because some people said that was so much money, that we had spent so much money on DoorDash in the last year. And the other part of the comments were people saying, "Oh my gosh, I spend that in a month. Like you've got some small numbers and whatever." And all those people that have more of that mindset of time frame have the mindset of, if I'm able to save myself 1 hour and spend $50 on food, instead of me cooking it, me preparing it, me buying groceries, me doing all these things, cleaning up, that's actually saving me money to be able to create more with that 1 hour of time. So essentially, if I spend $50, I can create something within that time that it would have taken me to do those other things that could have made me $150 an hour. So that is the mindset of the people that said that was, rookie numbers. So I definitely agree with that point of view, but I will definitely, I will say that Michael and I, we also have a person who buys groceries for us, who meal preps, who cooks food for us. So the fact that we pay for that service, and then we also paid above and beyond for DoorDash, Grubhub, other delivery services, right, that we really did not need to do that. And so that is the point that I'm trying to make, is that it's just oftentimes above and beyond what it is that you can be spending or you should be spending. So I know specifically in today's world, and this also hits me hard because I used to struggle a lot with being in a lot of credit card debt, is that you get in this instant gratification cycle of needing to have something now, whether it's, maybe it's a shopping thing where you want to shop and buy the newest things like trends and clothes and things like that. Or it's, I need to have this from this, my favorite restaurant at this time, or I need to go to Starbucks and get my favorite coffee every morning. Whatever it is, we all have our own things. And the sooner that you figure out what your thing is and you can cut down on it and use something else to better put into the place of that habit, the sooner you will be able to expand as a human being. So if you're sitting there and you're complaining about being in credit card debt, you're complaining about not having enough money, you're complaining about not being able to go on vacation, but yet you still order out and you do DoorDash, you do the Grubhub, the Postmates, whatever, that's one of the contributing factors. So the sooner that you can control yourself on removing your payment info and deleting and uninstalling the app, all of the apps on your phone, that is going to help you get to that point. Now, am I saying that $3,500 per year is going to change your life? You know what? I actually am. I definitely am, because that $3,500 could change literally the whole course of everything. Imagine if you joined a networking group, that you met a new connection of maybe an investor, and that person was going to invest in your new business ideas. Now you have a source of funds that you would have never been able to have access to, that could literally potentially make you millions and millions of dollars. If that does not get you excited to go and meet people and see people, then I literally do not know what will. I'm not saying that you're going to find that person in the first meeting or whatever, like you obviously might, but those things are built over time. And speaking of things being built over time, my most recent video, the 1 million in real estate that we just purchased with other people's money, thank you guys for helping that video perform so well. But that is the true example of networking and putting time in and creating relationships into creating something out of nothing. And so when you start with nothing, or you start with maybe $3,500, that can greatly accelerate you towards what it is that you want to achieve in this life. So that's what I wanted to share with you. I'm just, the comments just keep rolling in on that post, and it just makes me laugh, because it's just so interesting to hear other people's opinions on what it is that $3,500 means to them and what it is that those people would do with that, right? So paying off debt or expanding your time to create more wealth, right? Buying something, maybe a vacation or whatever, or creating a new company, creating a new idea. So it's just all so crazy to think about how the same exact thing is taken by different people's mindsets and perspectives. So I challenge you to do that with your own life and with your own finances, is figuring out how to look at it from a totally logical perspective and remove part of that emotion. Remove all the emotion. And I know it's really difficult because we're emotional beings, but the sooner that you can realize that you can make decisions and you can change the way your habits are, you can change the way that your life is and how that changes your outcome of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So I appreciate you being here. Thank you for clicking on this video and watching. If you would consider subscribing, that would be awesome. If you have any comments below about what you think about $3,500 on DoorDash in a year, please leave them below. And with that, I will see you guys on the next video very soon. Bye.